Okay, what's up? The day has finally come that I have recorded my first YouTube video. Nah, but I want you to get your sage, your snacks, whatever you need to get comfortable, light your candles, get you a glass of wine, roll a joint, whatever you do to get comfortable. You have this moment of silence to do so.
Zane 98.
Before I dive into this video, I just want to play the sound bowl real quick. I hope every person that turns on this video, you're able to receive the message. You're able to reflect with it within your own life. And I don't know, just hopefully you get some more light about whatever it is that you want to know within your life. Because that's ultimately why you were guided here. Okay, so I did a fast, I want to say maybe like 2 months ago. And I asked people, what some questions they would want to know. And so I never got around to doing that video. And so I just got off of doing a fast for a few days. And I don't know, I just feel like I'm ready now. So to the people who asked some questions, it's just a few that I want to share. First, I want to start out with, are you still in Chicago? No, I do not live in Chicago anymore. I moved to Arizona. Keep inspiring with your holistic necessities that the community needs. Thank you so much. I'm trying. I'm doing my best. Yeah, man. How do you lose weight with bowel obstructions? I have fasted for 30 days. How do you lose weight with bowel obstructions? I have fasted for 30 days. First, what kind of fast have you been doing for 30 days? And secondly, bowel obstructions. I'm not an expert, but bowel obstructions, digestive materials for, yeah, that's what it sounds like. It sounds like something is stopping your bowel movements. And so, yeah, I would rather you just ask me this question, you know, separately, so I can ask you, you know, more in-depth questions for real, for real. Trying to conceive any tips. First I would ask, you know, what's your diet like? If you consume dairy a lot of times, how old are you? I don't know why that's a question I would want to know. But I also have a product called Ladies Nature. It's on my website, and it's really good for, you know, infertility issues and really cleansing the womb and the uterus areas to get us back to our ladies' nature. So I would say, you know, try that. Try going on a raw diet for a while. You know, try some hands-on healing, Reiki, you know, saying prayers over your womb, you know, stuff like that. But definitely see what your diet is like. See the things that you could take out of your diet, because that is a big thing. I believe that, you know, God made us as women to birth. And so all of this stuff about the milk shortage and baby formula and da-da-da, like, honestly, we have become too reliant on the freaking government to supply our natural needs that we were born with. Like, we should be able to breastfeed our child. Like, that's why we get milk within our breast. And I know some women, you know, it's hard to produce breast milk, but I do believe that that is just a sign that the body is not in harmony with itself. Any infertility issues, bowel obstructions, like any dis-ease or whatever the case is, your body communicating that it is not in harmony. How do you get your body back in harmony? First, you gotta cleanse your body. I go on fast all the time. Just as, you know, cleansing in this moment, I want to get clarity, but also as preventative issues, like, for real. Honestly, every time I cleanse, I really realize just how much I want to eat less and less, like, for real, for real. But I'm not here to, you know, get anybody to stop eating or just, I want you to live your life how you live it. But yeah, definitely check out that Ladies Nature, and you can hit me up too. We can talk more about it. Is the lime on the fruit some extra sauce? Usually, I mean, lime, for me, I always know it's good for breaking up mucus within the body. And so I like to squeeze lime on the fruit. Sometimes when it's sweet fruit and you squeeze the lime, it's just a good combination. It tastes good and it's just more cleansing, yeah. So I like lime squalls on top of grapes, strawberries. I like it in watermelon juice. I put lime in all my detox shots because it's so bitter that it's just not pleasant to swallow. So the lime definitely helps. Yeah, I like lime. And then another question, which is really what the topic of this video I feel like is going to be about. What is something you learned about yourself during the fast? I feel like every fast that I go on is just always something different. Like, I can't ever really just say or just tell people how my fasts are, because each one is different. It's his own experience. And so what I learned the last fast, I can't say the same for this fast. And so I'm going to really just go based on, this fast, because I feel like I learn something new every day about myself and just life in general. And so typically I feel like I go on a fast when I've eaten way too much cooked food, like without giving my body a rest. And so, mind you, I know the feeling of my body when I've only been feeding it fruit juices, like just live foods. And so I know the feeling of that. And then I know the feeling of when I'm just eating, when I'm smoking, when I'm, just not really being, I wouldn't even say I'm going to be accountable, just not being disciplined. So, yeah, I feel like anytime that I get too emotional about stuff, or just too in my head about just anything, and I'm not able to think clear to the point where it's really affecting how my day goes, I realize that I really need to take a pause from everything and fast, cleanse my body, cut off distractions. So I feel like food a lot of times can be a distraction, because when we're emotional, we tend to eat certain foods that comfort us. And so when you take that away, it really causes you to, go within to heal that part of yourself. And so I feel like this time around, like, I feel like love and relationships are always like one of the top things that get me like emotionally unstable type of thing. Like, I want to say that's all, but it's like sometimes like I get in the thought of just wanting a divine partner, you know what I'm saying? Like feeling like I'm worthy and or if I do come across somebody that I do actually connect with it or bond with, it just always end up not really working. So I try to figure out why is that, or why am I just so affected by wanting a partner or just wanting love, or I don't know. I'm chatting right now. Okay, so I wrote this topic in my phone on why is toxicity so romanticized socially? Notice how I said socially. Why is toxicity so romanticized socially? Also, what role do I play in holding on to toxic loops? Also, divine connections meant for ascension, not attachment. And so, honestly, I feel like toxicity is romanticized socially because social media is, I feel like, a lost place. It's a good tool when used effectively, but I also feel like it's a place for people to bond within like likelihoodness of their lives. Like, oh, I go through this too, so I can connect with you, I can bond with you. it don't matter if that's like on a toxic level. It's like social media is communities. And so wherever someone feels like they fit into that community, that's where it's gonna go. But I feel like, you know, a lot of this world, we are lost souls. And so we see a lot of people willing to put themselves out there like that for attention, because unfortunately clout can get you paid, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like discernment and morals kind of just aren't really up to par when it comes to social media. But I also just feel like this just kind of like the reality we in with this generation. Like, so I really feel like, you know, toxicity is romanticized socially because, you know, really going within and looking at yourself is not normal. And so it's much more easier to be toxic because that's normal. Or, you know, no self-respect is normal, or just I want to just move on to, you know, what role I play into holding on to toxic loops. And so I feel like relationships is really what sparked my spiritual journey. Like, I always felt like I had morals and higher standards, but I never loved myself enough to really own up and live to what I felt like I was worth when it came to a partner. So it's like, I feel like a lot of my lessons will come from loving someone else, if that makes sense. Like, for example, I've been working on myself a lot, you know, so ultimately I feel like sometimes I do attract another divine soul. And so within that, I feel like, you know, my old toxic ways want to come in and just attach to that and possess that, like, for my own personal desires type of thing. Like, I don't know, I play like fantasy imaginations in my head, like, wow, we would really be good together. Like, wow, we could do this together, da 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 da, versus just being in that moment with the person and just letting whatever is gonna be. No. I want to just jump the fence and get married. I'm just playing. But I'm also not just playing. You know, I feel like the more I heal myself and really know what I want, I'm not turned on a lot by people. And so those random special people that do come along with, that do get my attention, like, I don't know, I come on strong probably. And so I feel like this time around I really got a reality check. I think it's so beautiful because it was said to me, like, yes, we have free will to do whatever we want, but that doesn't mean that we won't get consequences for those actions. And I really needed to hear that because, like, sometimes I'll be like, yeah, this is my world that I'm creating, da 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 da. But at the same time, like, sometimes stuff don't work how we think it's supposed to work. Like, sometimes people come into our lives for ascension and not attachment. And so I really had to learn that, like, I would say the hard way, because I'll be getting my feelings and it just throw me off my square, and I hate that. Oh man. But I think that is just beautiful that I think it finally clicked for me. And so I just want to share this quote. It's a little long, but it says, women do not submit to men, ever. They submit to themselves. Okay, let me further explain. If a man has strong, healthy, masculine energy, which comes as a result of his connection to the Creator and nature, women will feel this. His presence naturally brings the Supreme Mother, Father energy to her, which she receives. Because by nature, women are receivers, and more. What she is receiving is her own true nature, and he is a catalyst for this to arise within her. This is what she submits to, not the man. The outward appearance of submission is simply her being in her natural, gentle, nurturing, feminine state, and he receives her in this state as a reward for the work he does and did within himself. Most guys, I don't even want to read that part of it. No, I am going to read it. Most guys out here are not in this power within themselves, so they do not evoke this reaction or response in women. Then they complain that she won't humbly follow or receive. But where are you leading her? What is she receiving? So, I feel like that last part is kind of, what I'm used to. Like, I'm used to men, they so macho and so sit up for this. I have to resituate. But yeah, they just like ego. They got a lot of ego, and they want you to cook, clean. I feel like be a housemaid. Like, and it's like, okay, I have no problem doing these things, but you gotta make me want to do them. Like, you can't just be like playing a fucking video game all day and thinking because you can give me some money here and there, like I'm supposed to want to do these things for you. Because one, I have everything that I need. I have all the money that I need. So it's like, if money is the only thing that you can offer me, that's not gonna make me want to submit and follow you and make me feel safe to trust you to lead us to fucking generational wealth. Like, no. But then there's this top part of how women don't submit to men, they submit to themselves. If a man has a strong, healthy, masculine energy, which comes as a result of his connection to Creator and nature, women will feel this. And so, in the times where I have had these divine connections, like, I'm like, man, this is exactly what I needed. Like, this person feel God sent for real. Like, and I would say that in a possessive manner. Like, I just want this for myself. When in reality, that person always made me ascend higher. Like, either mentally, or it was something, a practice that I was partaking in, like whatever the case, like they helped me go deeper into that. And so ultimately, they helped me realize my true nature, which is something that's like, damn, this person make me feel good, like da 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 da, I want to possess this. But really what's happening is this person is really making you realize yourself. So ultimately, I'm submitting to myself. I'm not submitting to this man. I'm submitting to myself. Everybody that comes in your life, I feel, is a reflection of yourself, where you are in your journey, how you can gauge where you are in your journey. And so I really just had to really get down to the root of that, because it's like, it's happened before, and I'd be like, okay, I'm finna sit here and try to figure this out. But it's not until it really click. Like, God gonna keep putting you through the same thing until it really click. And it just like, wow. Like, you almost want to laugh, because it's like, damn, when you trying to figure out how to do this math equation that is so hard, but once you figure it out, it's just like, oh, wow, give me another one. Like, let me do it again. Like, what? So ultimately, I don't know if that's all that I just learned on this fast. Yeah, I don't know. I learn something new every day. So I guess I will save whatever else I gotta say, or something else that come up in my head, for another video. So yeah, peace. I hope that you found understanding with whatever it is that I talked about today. Maybe you could put yourself in these situations to really see what I'm talking about, But it's gonna be for who it's gonna be for. If you don't really understand right now, then it's okay. You might understand later when it's meant for you to. Take it however you want to take it. But yeah, I wish you peace, love, and light, everything you do. And yeah, until next time. Yeah.